Hi, friends, and welcome to Crumbz from Gerard. Today we have the wonderful but tragic story of Naomi. You can read the story in the Bible, but let me explain it to you. Naomi, her husband, and her two sons lived in Bethlehem. But there was a famine in Bethlehem, so they have to leave Bethlehem. Now, for a Jew to leave the Holy Land is a tragedy in itself. So they leave Bethlehem and go across the Jordan to a foreign land, Moab. Now, there in Moab, unfortunately, her husband passes away. She's left with her sons who take Moab wives. Now, for a Jew to marry a foreigner itself is something strange, but she seems to be open to it. But once again, tragedy strikes because in 10 years, both her sons pass away. And it seemed like a tragedy. They seem to have died around the same time. So she's left without her husband, she's left without her sons, no man in the house. Now, for a Jew in those days, and for anyone in those days, to be left without someone to carry on the family is a huge tragedy. She's also now seems to be quite old and she's a widow. Now, in those days, to be a widow can be really difficult. Remember, she can't go back to her father's house because quite likely her father and mother have already expired. She can't do any work because she's already quite old and she can't remarry. So, what is going to happen to her? Quite likely, she'll be like a poor beggar. But in all this, she doesn't think about herself. She thinks about her daughter-in-laws and their future. And so she blesses her daughter-in-laws and says, "Go back to your mother's house." One daughter-in-law goes back, the other Ruth decides to stay with her because it seems quite likely that Naomi was a good mother-in-law. She seems to be so caring that Ruth wants to remain with her. In all this, you can sense the tremendous amount of faith of Naomi and the peace that she has because of her faith and the love that she has for people. Now think about this. What is the quality of Naomi that appeals to you most?